Whenever you want to make a profit, of course you are targeting a more and more customers. So that's what you need to select a right distribution channel. In case of FMCG product, the buyers, the majority, the numbers will be more compared to industrial product or electronic good. All these factors greatly influence the choice of distribution channel. So whatever which is related to the market, so all the factors are equally important. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. I am Natesh, lecturer in Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. We are in the Unit 4, Section 5, first semester B.B.A, Marketing Mix. Today my agenda, physical distribution, meaning and definition. And what are the factors affecting a channel selection? Okay, when any businessman, when they try to select a channel of distribution, so what are the factors will be influencing, okay, our criteria. So moving forward, the first, the physical distribution. So the channel of distribution, which is a part of the physical distribution, the physical distribution is a complete process, okay, which is related to carry the goods, whatever the produce. So the production point to end consumption, the complete process, what and all it is involved. Okay, here the physical distribution meaning, physical distribution include all the activity associated with, all the activity which is associated with the supply of finished product at every step. Every step means what? If the production, producer, okay, and end consumer, in between there are number of mediators are playing, okay. So in case of zero channel of distribution, the producer are directly selling for consumer, industrial consumers, okay. So most of the product the producer are directly selling. So based on the factors we need to study which is the best channel of distribution. So from the production line to the consumer, so whatever the product is ready, which is lying in the production department or storage, okay, so of course you need to do some other activity, okay. So important physical distribution function which include customer service, because any customers if they are placing an order, they are purchasing a product, so customer service, what kind of service we are able to fulfill, okay. So we need to provide service, order processing, because see, when consumers are placing order, retailer are placing order with the wholesaler are placing order with the distributor, so which is complete the type of distribution channel, okay. So you need in the last session the type of a distribution channel, there you can get a clear idea. So here the inventory control, inventory is nothing but your stock, right? So when your order process will be completely depending on the inventory maintained by the individual middleman, okay. So the wholesaler also want to maintain inventory, stock they want to maintain before collecting an order, so you have to make sure them the product is ready. So now the transportation, because the producer to end consumer, each and every step the transportation are playing a very important role. And logistic, transportation and logistic, if the company having a own transportation or they with the help of rented transportation or logistic, okay, because which is completely based on the transportation mode you are choosing, the best economic transportation mode, you need to reach right time, okay, because the customers demand, when you are expecting, you need to expect the demand, based on the demand you have to sell, right? So that's why. And packaging and material, because each and every we can't want whatever the product is ready, so of course you need to go for the packing is very important. The packaging, what kind of packaging strategy, what kind of packing materials you are selecting, because you need to safeguard your product, okay. You have to go for the packaging and materials. And it is bringing product to market, because the physical distribution is playing a each and every all activity. Why? Because you need to bring the product into market, because in the market only we are able to identify the consumers, okay, and give it to the final consumer. Because of consumers we can majorly we classified into, one is the domestic consumer or industrial consumer. Whatever the product is offered to the consumer, of course you need to select a right market, okay. Moving forward for definition. So here Physical distribution definition. According to Monsman and Norton, distribution is the operation which create time, because the creating time is very important. The right time the product want to sell, you are expecting a sale, okay, so creating a time and the place, because if you take an example for unseasonal product, in the seasonal time only we are trying to store, okay, so that the unseasoned time when we are expecting a sales, you should make sure the product is available. So the place, based on the place, because the different place whatever you studied in the last session, so based on the product is playing a very important role in the marketing mix. So where exactly you are able to identify your customer based on the place. And form of utility. So utility, because every consumers are expecting a utility from the product or service whatever you're providing. Okay, of course the utility part is very important. The consumer, they are always going priority based on the what they having a utility. So through the movement of goods, through the movement, because you know the producer to end consumer, there are different middleman approach we are able to identify. So that's what the movement, each and every stage, the movement what we are finding, so which is related to the product, okay. And person from one place to another place, because a person, if they are trying to go for a traveling, okay, if they are going for trip, so of course the movement what we are able to see in the person. So same thing. According to the great writer Philip Kotler, physical distribution involve planning. Any management, if any businessman, unless they are not doing a planning for related activity or related function, the planning is the first functions of management. So they need to plan according to your physical distribution, okay, and implement it. So planning, once you selected right plan, you need to implement towards your distributions, what we are doing. And controlling, you need to control some other factors, or directly we can control whatever it is coming under the management control. So the physical flow of the material, because the physical flow of the material, even the producer also getting a raw material from the supplier, and the final product is ready, which is going for the final consumer. So the physical or finished product we can say here. And finished goods from the point of origin. The point of origin is nothing but the production point, the production place where the production is actually is carrying on. A point of origin to the point of use to meet the customer's requirement at their profit. Because any businessman, if they are offering a product, of course they want to make a profit. So whenever you want to make a profit, of course you are targeting a more and more customers. Though that's what you need to select a right distribution channel. So distribution covers 7R is very important. 7R, what and all, it's here the first one, right product. You need to offer a right product based on the consumer requirement, consumer needs and wants based. When you are offering a product, right product, and right quantity, because the consumer to consumer, their quantity preference will be varied. Of course you need to offer different types of quantity. So based on the quantity whatever you are offering, okay, and the right condition, because any product, when you produce a product, the right condition, till the good condition the product want to reach for consumer point. So the right condition, how you will take the precautions. And the right time, because whenever the consumers needed the product, of course the right time they want to get, they want to purchase the product, the company always make sure the availability of product. And the right place, because any product, the small product, or if the consumers they can't travel for long distance, so which is based on the wherever the local area, kirana shop, the regular item whatever it is required, either electronic item, in the specific location the product is available. So make sure, which is the physical distribution also taking care here. And the right customer, because each and every product is offered for the different types of customers, the right customer you need to choose. So on the right cost, if you are comparing with the competitor, if you are offering only, there is no competitor, the similar product is not manufactured by any consumers, any competitor, of course the right cost for acquiring a product for consumer point of view, so the cost you have to decide here. Okay, moving forward for next topic. So, what are the factors affecting a channel selection, the channel of distribution selection? Okay, what and all the factors will be influencing for selection of right channel of distribution? So, the some of the factors considered while selecting a channel of distribution. The first one, any company, they want to study the based on the nature of the product. So, of course, if the nature of the perishability, if you're finding non-perishable goods, FMCG product or FMCD product. Okay, so what type of nature of product based only the channel of distribution we are selecting. In case of industrial product or equipments, directly the company are directly targeting for the end consumer without taking any mediators. Okay, so these factors include physical characteristic so of a product and their impact on the selection of a particular channel of distribution, because the nature of product, if you well familiar, so whenever you try to select a best channel of distribution, which is completely depending on the nature of the product what you are offering. Okay, and the perishability, any product having a lifetime or the span of lifetime is very less, okay, which is only few hours, the product will be completely spoiling. So in that case, if you try to go for selecting a middleman, so wide network, a wide distribution channel if you are selecting, so till the product is reaching for the end consumer, so the product will be completely spoiling, because the time the product life is very few hours. So that's what the perishability. If you take example milk product, a dairy product, a vegetable, fruits, because the product is having a very lifetime, very few hours we have. Okay, so we can find few hours only. So the product which are perishable in the nature are distributed by employing shorter channel of distribution. We are not going for lengthy, we are not going for widening your distribution channel. We need to select a shorter channel, because finally you are expecting a consumer. So that the goods could be delivered to the consumer without delay, because the milk product, in case of vegetable, in case of fruits, in case of fish, because the product having a life, so that's what we need to reach very fastly. For example, fruit, vegetable, milk product. Okay, so these are there are too many examples which is related to perishable good. So next one, the size and weight of the product. If it is a small size, the product size is very small. So of course you need to select a distribution channel, proper distribution. Either you are try to go for 2-channel distribution, 3-channel distribution. I think you are well familiar in the last session. Okay, so the 2-channel means what? We are in the producer to end consumer, we are able to identify 2 mediators like wholesaler and retailer. In case of small product, the size of the product, because you need to cover wide the geographical area based on the different customers requirement, we need to select. In case of FMCG product, the product is very small, so that's what you need to go for the according to the requirement of the product, according to the size is very small, so you are depending on the number of middlemen here. If the size is more like electronic goods or equipment or industrial requirement, the company are not taking any middleman support there, directly they are focusing for final customers. So the weight of the product, so same thing, the size small, medium or large. Weight, for example, the big weight, the product weight is when you are comparing with the FMCG, so electronic goods, in case of equipment, huge machinery, so again the weight of the product is very, very important. So bulky and heavy product like coal and food grains, etc., directly distributed to the user involved heavy transportation cost, because the bulk quantity, when you are expecting an order, okay, you are expecting an industrial requirement order, so in that case directly we are trying to go for the heavy transportations. Okay, so the heavy product we need to go for example the railway transportation, otherwise own transportation, otherwise you can go for the truck. Okay, so the heavy transportation mode only you are trying to go. So in order to minimize this cost, cost, short and direct distribution channel is suitable. Short and, because the heavy product when you are finding, so there are number of middlemen you are able to identify. The flow of the product which is heavy product which is going for the long process, that's what we need to go for the shorter. Okay, directly we are approaching for the direct customer because the product is heavy. Okay, so big size product. Moving forward, next, the unit value of the product. The value, the word only it is suggesting. The unit value is when it is small value or smaller value, or compared to medium value or compared to big value. So you need to find out the unit product value, how much is. Okay, if it is in case of industrial equipment, electronic goods, okay, the product value is more. So the limited customers we are able to identify. In same, when you are comparing for FMCG, the value is very cheaper. So compared to industrial products, so the customers are purchasing every day. They are depending but they are try to purchase regularly. Okay, the product with lesser unit value, you need to go for the distribution widening. You have to distribute, you are depending a number of middlemen, okay, like wholesaler, retailer, because the value is small, the consumer also more only. And when the value is big, of course high value, so of course you are expecting a few customers. So high turnover, the distributed by the employing a longer channel. In case of unit value is less, okay, you are employing, okay, the channel of distribution. Household product like utensil, cloth, cosmetics, okay, so this household purpose, whatever the product is offered, of course the value is very less only compared to the high value. Okay, take longer time in reaching the customer because the product will flow from the different area or segmentation, geographical area, so the product value is less. Lesser compared to the electronic goods, the product value is very less only. So that's what you are expecting more and more consumers. On the other hand, the product like jewelry having a high product value are directly sold to the consumer by the jewelers. That means what? If you take Malabar Gold, JAYALUKAS, when the customers or consumers are directly go and approach, okay, with the help of JAYALUKAS, and because the value of the jewelry is more compared to the FMCG product, so the customer also, limited customers we are able to identify. So the customers who occasionally they are purchasing, not purchasing regularly. So next one, product line. The company, how many product line we have. So in the last session, about the product mix, because the company is not offering a one specific product. So they are offering a different types of product for the different customer. So the product line, it is very important. So in case of industry, case of FMCG, what types of product they are offering for the consumers. Okay, and manufacturing producing a different product in the same line, because in the last section there is one example for Nestle. So Nestle, they are in the milk made product, which is one category product line, and even the chocolate product which is related to chocolate product line. Okay, so there are different types of product which is a food offered by the Nestle company, like Maggi, which is one kind of product line. Okay, so here directly or through retailers, lesser time is consumed in their distribution, because in case of product value is lesser, when in case of product size is less, okay, so the small quantity, small size, a small weight, so of course the distribution channel we are selecting according to the product line. So on the other hand, the manufacturer dealing only in one. Okay, so in case of directly any equipment or industrial product, heavy machinery, directly they are selling for the end customers. Into item pointing, which is continuations from the product line. So a manufacturer dealing only in one item, appoint a sole selling agent, because the company are dealing only one product. So sole selling means what? The company have appointed for the salesman. Okay, directly they are approaching for the customers, industrial customer. Wholesaler, retailer for selling the product. Okay, for example, in case of vanaspati ghee, longer distribution channel is undertaken because which is completely related to FMCG. The consumer are always frequently they are purchasing. Okay, so next one, technical nature of the product. The nature of the product, technical means actually, of course, the company are directly focusing for the direct customer, industrial customer, because with the help of sales, personal selling, appointing a sales team, so they are trying to go and explain whatever the consumers, the customers are asking about the product operation usage. So here the technical nature of the product, of course, the company are directly selling for the end consumers. So industrial product, best example, so which are highly technical in the nature, are usually distributed directly to the industry user and take lesser time and adapt a shorter channel of distribution. When you are expecting a demand from, there are two major product is offered. One is customized product according to the industrial requirement. One is standardized. Okay, the standardized product what you are offering for the industrial requirement, because in case of technical, of course you need to go give a clarity about the operation, okay, about usage, and what are the precautionary stage, so about the features, the operation. So that's what which is a technical nature of product. So the company are directly selling for the end industrial. In case after sales service and technical advice is provided by the manufacturer to the consumer, because most of the electronic product what the manufacturer are offering, of course they are all customers are expecting after sales. In case the machine is not working, what you can do, you have to get a benefit. That's what in case of electronic goods, we are electronic heavy machinery after sales are expected by the consumers. And now next one, the nature of the market you need to study. What nature of the market means what? So in the different product, when we are offering with the help of market, we are selecting a right market for the right customer. So here, this is another factor influencing the choice of proper channel of distribution. So what type of product you are offering, which market you are selecting, which is your segmented market, which is your target customers, who is your target customer, everything you are as a marketers you are predicting. So that's what the first one, the number of prospective buyer. In case of FMCG product, the buyers, the majority, the numbers will be more compared to industrial product or electronic goods. In the industrial product, there is a few buyers we are able to expect. But in case of FMCG product, staple goods or impulse goods, okay, shopping goods, the expectations of the producer always they are expecting a more. So the number of prospective buyers we are able to, based on the market, how many customers, consumers are purchasing, buyer you are able to expect. If the number of buyers likely to be more, the distribution also you need to go for different middleman approach, like a wholesaler you are appointing, you are taking a support from the wholesaler, retailer. Okay, so the actually based on the more number of buyers, the distribution also you need to select, because you need to reach for the different location. So the distribution channel will be long. Okay, the distribution channel will be the best example FMCG product. Okay, so on the other hand, if the number of the consumers is expected be less in case of heavy electronic item or industrial product, because the distribution channel is not long, it is very short, because the direct most of the time the company only directly selling for the industrial user. The manufacturer can effectively sell directly to the consumer by appointing a salesman, because in case of industrial product, heavy equipment, so each and every company they having a salesmanship. Okay, the sales force will be taking care. Second one, under nature of the market, the size of the order size, either you are expecting a small quantity or a small type, a small order, or medium type, or a long bulk order. So there are different types of orders we are able to identify. Either consumers are placing based on the requirement, either retailer are placing order, okay, based on their requirement or demand, whatever, okay, they are placing. if the size of the order placed by the customers is big, okay, so that means directly when you are expecting a more quantity, bulk quantity, so that time the direct sales can be undertaken by the manufacturer without taking any middleman, because you can reduce the price when you are giving a bulk quantity, bulk sales when we are expecting, okay. As in case of industrial goods, because there is online platform Trade India, Alibaba, so because they are doing a wholesale market, okay, they are providing a right platform so that the company can focus more sales. But where the size of the order is small, the middleman is appointed distribute the product, because the size of the order limited in case of FMCG, because you are able to expect a different geographical area, you can expect the consumer, so that's what you need to take a support like a middleman's, okay, those who are playing a very important role. Next one, geographical concentration of market, where exactly target customers, consumers are located. Now you need to study the geographical concentration, geographical factors we are studying. So where the customers are concentrated at one particular place or market, because this specific product we are offered only that specific place, means which is targeted market, okay. So distribution channel will be short, because we are not, in case of FMCG, the South Indian company, the South Indian products are which is going for this entire South India, okay. So in case of the specific product which is offered to the North Indian place only, because we are able to expect consumers only north place, so we need to approach very fastly, that's what we are trying to go for the shorter, okay. So the manufacturer can directly supply the goods in that area by opening his own shop or sales depot, because most of the company they are having a own showroom or factory outlet, so directly you are expecting a sales. Next one, buying habit of the customer, because the buying habit can be keep on varied, we are able to find out there are unique customers, we are able to find out. So for example, the customers what they are liking, so the few product what they are liking, other customers they won't like, because of based on their habit, okay. So we are able to identify here. In this include taste, even the preference, like and dislike of customer, because see, when the product which is related to the food product which is offered to the Kashmirian, the same food product what we are offering, okay, in the Kashmirian, so in the south we are not able to expect the demand, because which is completely based on their preference, okay. So each and every product is unique for unique customers. The customer also expect certain service like credit and personal attention, because most of the customers they are now each and every business are giving, they are doing two types of transaction, cash transaction and credit transaction. Now the complete market is depending on the credit transaction, when companies are providing a credit facility with the help of financial institution, okay. So the in that case the consumers are ready to go and purchase the product, okay. And attention, personal attention, if you try to go for any specific two-wheeler showroom, how they are attracting the customer, which is something like a personal attention they are providing, okay. So after sales, in case of electronic goods, so whatever it is there, you are 100%, the customers are expecting, consumers are expecting after sales. In case if it is not working, if you want to further clarification towards the usage, of course the after sales survey. All these factors greatly influence the choice of distribution channel. So whatever which is related to the market, so all the factors are equally important. Okay, moving forward. Third one, the nature of middleman, because in the competitive world, we are able to identify million of product. Million of product is a deal by the million of number of middleman. Okay, so when you try to go for different types of middleman, so they are well experienced in the specific activity or doing a marketing activity in that particular area only, they are expert. So here that is the nature of middleman we need to study. So marketing intermediator are vital component because they are the main connecting, they are connecting a customer, they are finding a best customer, they are finding a prospective customer because they have a direct connectivity. In the distribution of goods, they greatly influence the marketing of the goods. Middleman is very important role they are taking when they are doing a marketing activity, which is just for supporting a person. Like a middleman is a supportive person. So the cost of the distribution, if the most of the companies like electronic company, so when you want to give any distributions, if the cost, the initial investment you are expecting, the company are expecting, so which is completely what kind of product you are offering, okay, so the whenever they try to take a distributionship or middlemanship, if I'm keen interested to take your distribution, so what is the cost I just want to bear, so that is one kind of factors here. The cost of the distribution through middleman is one of the main consideration to be taken into account by the manufacturer, because of what manufacturer are offering a product, so with the help of middleman, the what is the cost they want to bear, okay, so that is also here very important. Higher cost distributions will be result in the increasing cost of the product. Of course, when you are expecting distributionship, when the distribution cost is increased, obviously how we can as a manufacturer can recover, so just for charging the transportation cost, the cost of the product will be increased. The manufacturer should select the most economical distribution channel, because the distribution channel, when they are trying to select a best economical, considering economical factors, they are trying to go for selecting a distribution channel. Next, the availability of desired middleman. Under a middleman only the availability, because each and every companies are unique product they are offering. Of course, you are expecting a right middleman. So when you are expecting, so of course you need to go for there. If there is any availability of middleman, those who having an experience in this specific, if for example the companies like FMCG company, when they try to give a distributionship, always they are going for giving a those who having an experience which is related to FMCG product, okay. So sometimes desired middleman may not be available for distribution of goods. The desire whom you expected, okay, so that particular middleman, when you are not able to identify, now the company want to make some other alternative, okay, either the company want to directly sell, okay, otherwise till then the desired middleman available, okay, you can't do the marketing activity. They may be busy in dealing with the competitive product. Those who having an experience in the FMCG product, when you are searching the same middleman, they are doing they are already involved there, they are dealing other competitors product, the same FMCG product they are doing. Under such circumstance, the manufacturer has to make his own arrangement by opening his branches or sales depot to distribute the goods to the consumer, because unless you're not expecting a desired middleman, of course you can do, because the company want to make an arrangement for their own showroom, okay. So next one, unsuitable marketing policy for middleman. For example, the company, whatever they are doing related to production policy they are doing, related to marketing policy they are doing, when it is related to channel of distribution, their related policy they are framing. So this policy what company made, which is not accepted by the middleman, which is nothing but unsuitable policy, okay. The payment part, okay, or stock related, okay. So there are different types of policy which is related to distribution. A marketing policy of the manufacturer may not be welcome by the middleman for a terms and condition may not favor to the middleman. What every company they are preparing their own policy, okay. So the few policy will be very favor to the middleman, few policy which is not favor, which in that case which is unsuitable, which is not accepted, the condition what you specified, okay. So the middleman cannot be accepted. For example, some wholesaler and retailer would like to act as a sole selling agent for a product in a particular area or region. Because when the company, when they are trying to give a distribution chip, if they clearly specified you have to trade, you have to do marketing only for my company product, you should not do any competitive product, means that is also unsuitable. In that case, the middleman can be rejecting. Moving forward. So next one, under the middleman, whatever it is related to the financial soundness, because every company are always expecting if the middleman are financially sound. Okay, so in appropriate middleman, the manufacturer must take into consideration the financially feasibility. The company are always checking a financial feasibility. So the middleman having a financial support. Okay, so and reputation of the middleman, of course, in the certain area, distributor or middleman, whatever they are doing a market, so they have a good image or goodwill or reputation, so that is also the company want to consider. Okay, a financially sound middleman can provide credit facility to customer, because when the financially the middleman is sound, of course there are different types of customers they can give for the credit facility, having specifying clear conditions. Okay, so and make the prompt payment to the manufacturer, because finally company or manufacturer always expecting a proper payment. Okay, the prompt payment expected from the middleman. Moving forward, so the next fourth one, the nature and size of the manufacturing unit. Okay, because the different types of product what we are offering, the manufacturer offering, so it is completely based on the nature and size of the manufacturing unit established themselves. The nature and size of the manufacturing unit has a great impact on the selection of distribution channel. When you are, for example, the small scale industry, they are the nature and the size of the manufacturing is a very small unit, the production also very limited. But in case of a large scale industry, the production is more, the size is very big. Okay, so manufacturer reputation, if they have a good image, goodwill, okay, and the product image, the company image, so directly the company are ready to go for directly without taking any mediator, directly they are approaching a customer. Reputed and financially sound manufacturing concern can easily engage the middleman as compared to lesser reputed and newly established unit. Because anything if you try to depend either middleman or directly, okay, so using our own source like Salesforce, okay, directly we can target, because we are in the financially sound. Generally, financially weaker unit cannot operate without the help of middleman. In case of financially sound, directly they can approach from the direct customer, they are try to sell. In case of financially weaker, so of course they want to depend on the middleman. So now next one, experience of the undertaking. Any specific product company we are giving a distributionship, okay, or middlemanship, so definitely they are expecting a certain area of the particular product doing activities, marketing activity experience they are expecting. So industrial undertaking having a ample marketing ability and experience can effectively manage their distribution activity, because the company blindly they cannot give for distribution. So they want to study what you have specific middleman or distributor having the same area, they having an experience, then the company are going forward. Okay, themselves they have a less dependence on undertaking their intermediator. So in case of the specific product, when you are offering with the help of middleman, when you are expecting a marketing or expecting a demand, okay, of course if they having experience in the same area, so the company are they are not spending too much time. Okay, so because themselves they are trying to tackle the consumers. Next one, service provided by the manufacturer. Every company providing a few service, even the customer also expecting a survey. So in case of service provided by the manufacturer, the selection of marketing intermediator, whomever you are selecting, is also influenced by the various service provided by the manufacturer. In case of electronic goods, heavy equipment, the machine is not working, with the help of mediator you sold, but the machine is not working. Of course, even the customer also expecting a service, and even the middleman also expecting a service. This service include extensive advertisement for the product, because finally the company having a manufacturing having a responsibility to create awareness about the product. So then only the middleman they try to sell, or they are expecting a sale. So of course the advertisement part will be taken care by the company. Even the middleman also they try to create awareness. It is their risk. After sales service, a few product I clearly specified after sales is required. And facility of credit facility, because how consumer are expecting a credit, even the middleman also expecting a credit facility from the manufacturer. So this kind of service, if it is available, few middlemen they can accept. The manufacturer providing this service can easily avail the service of the reputed retailer and wholesaler, because most of the retailer and wholesaler are always expecting a service from the manufacturer. In case you are not able to provide the service, so they are trying to reject the offer. Moving forward, now next one, government regulation and policy. Any product like a medicines related product, a pharmaceutical company, okay, when they try to give a distributionship, so they must having a license which is related, which is taken from the medical drug control. Okay, so if this medicines related product, the license is compulsory, the government of India is made. Okay, so specific product you need to follow the basic guidelines which is related. So the government policy and regulation also influence the choice of the distribution channel. Okay, so most of the product, if you want to take a distributionship, you should have a license or policy. You should fulfill the policy whatever it is made by the government. The government may impose a certain restriction on the wholesale trade on the particular product head to take over the distributions of certain product, like best example medicines. So all the restriction have directly impact on the selecting a channel of distribution, because whatever you are giving a distributionship, of course you need to study the basic guidelines given by the rules and regulation made by the government. And next one, competition. Any specific product, if there is a similar product which is available in the market, you need to face the competition. The competitions also you need to study the competitor, which type of distribution channel they selected, so you have to study. So the nature and extension of competitions prevalent in the industry is another determinations consideration in the selection of distribution channel, because the nature of the product what you are offering, if there is any competitors are available, the similar strategy when you are trying to implement, of course you can do much better. So different manufacturer providing similar product may employ the same channel of distribution. FMCG company, whichever the other competitors are followed the distribution channels, same thing most of the company, FMCG company are following. Okay, so they won't depend on the different strategy which is applicable for the FMCG product. Keep on watch for next section. Thank you.